Good Saturday morning. I'm about to start my Shantia Deja picture. Woke up super late. Woke up at 12:30 and then got up, and today was my last day to dispute my TikTok. So it looks like I'm going to lose my TikTok. I had like 500 followers, so I got to start from scratch, I guess. Um and I lost some of my videos cuz it was in my TikTok. So after fiddling with that for like an hour and something, I'm just gonna say screw it because I don't have but like 2 hours before I have to head to work. So let's start on this. Okay, so this is the picture of Shantia Deja that I picked. So let's go ahead and go to my sketchbook. Y'all remember these pictures that I did for my friend's album cover? Jordan, the chosen one. That was the finished one of him. Okay, so now my next YouTuber project Reach the World is going to be Shantia Deja. Now let's start by Command Plus. That's going to zoom in. This picture is pixelated, but y'all seen when I was picking pictures, I couldn't really find anything that I liked. This one was cute. Like for the purposes, I don't want to draw no type of sexy pictures or nothing like that, because she is a model. Okay, so let's try to follow. I'm trying to hold this and draw and peek around my hand, which is hard. So it's hard for me to be in the right angle. So we're just drawing her outline. I'm really irritated kind of about that TikTok. It's like I was telling you, everyone's saying that I would have a better chance of breaking my husband's wrongful conviction story on TikTok. Okay, so this is where I'm working, right here. I would have a better chance, but when I finally decide to, okay, guys, let me go ahead and go over TikTok, stop fiddling with this YouTube so much. It's like I'm pressing so hard that it's just not happening because of me working so hard at it. So let me let this YouTube go some, come over here every now and then. I'll never let it go because there are those people that I have found on here that support, that are truly supporting, and that is priceless. So I would never give you guys up. And plus, I've worked really, really extremely hard on it. So that would, giving it up would be like just letting all that hard work go. Because I know how I've basically worked on my channel since 2020. So that would be my last 2 years wasted. 2 years of life wasted. I'm already 41 going on 42. I can't waste no more life. But it's not moving. It's like something just got a hold that just stops every bit of progress in my life. And I said, being so consumed with YouTube, I'm actually forgetting that I freaking graduated as a darn graphic designer. So all the time that I'm putting in YouTube and not getting my just desserts from it, I should be spending that much time just building a graphic design business, my freelance business. Now I'm 2 years behind on that because I was like, I would rather have my husband home first and then we can go ahead and be, but that's not gonna happen. So guys, I might be finished talking because my sister finna start watching TV. And then you just gonna hear the TV. Yeah, that's it. Counting down to work as usual. Tired of going to work, but I know ain't nothing paying my bills but that. Doesn't matter how good I am at anything. You have to become a better employee. That's the only thing working. I was trying to get a day off next week. It is actually lobby day, where the Organization for Prison Reform and Criminal Justice Reform, they are doing a lobby day at the Capitol, just to stand in solidarity for us who have loved ones in prison. You know, they don't care about us. Michael Jackson been told y'all that they don't care about us. Once you have a record, you're considered a throwaway part of society. Because people with their judgmental, instead of really knowing why people end up in jail, because it's a whole bunch of reasons why people end up in jail. Oh, isn't that sweet? I think she put her headphones on because she heard me recording. Y'all see the beautiful picture of my mommy right there. That was my mother graduating at age 53 with her master's degree, 6 months before they wrongfully outed her, deleted her through a botched outpatient surgery. But look how beautiful and happy she was. But not realizing that a lot of the problem that we have with incarceration is because there's a lot of mental health issues going on. And rather than get people mental health help, they rather imprison them. There's a big mental health population within the prisons. Back when I was visiting at a prison called Lake, they would have their visitations on Saturday, and there was many people in that unit. They would have to visit separate from us. Also, rather than rehabilitate, they would rather just send you back to prison. I know people think, why should we provide prisoners with resources or anything? And the reason is because these people will get out. You can't do what Florida intended. Florida intended to lock just about everybody up for life or long sentences. And now they're running to the issue where there's not enough prison space, not enough prison beds to accommodate all the people they need to incarcerate. So it was hard. Like, y'all thought y'all could lock everybody up forever, but it's not actually as easy as you think. So many people were getting these long sentences and life. Florida was known to give out life for not as drastic as you would think. And also, Florida got rid of parole. So there's never hardly anybody leaving Florida DOC. So now you just got an overabundance of people in prison. Well, you know, some people, they give lightweight time, right? Like usually people that are, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why you can get lightweight time. A lot of times, some people, it does depend on race sometimes. They give some less time than others. Black men are statistically going to receive more time than any other population of men. That's why we make up the most of the prisons, but they want you to think it's because we're like worse. We're more criminalized people. It's not that we're more criminalized, you just keep us longer. And some short timers get it because, you know, they cop pleas. Whoever squeals first gets the deal first. So you could have committed a heinous crime, but because you were willing to work with the state, they give you a lighter sentence. So those people will get out. They will get out, right? Or if you were fortunate to afford real legal representation, Just like I said, my husband's case, had we been able to afford to keep Michael December, rest in peace, he was the great angel of a lawyer that was able to get my father, gosh, I'm messing up, my husband's um, bond, because they sent him away with no bond. He was able to get him a bond, and that was the way that the first year of life, my daughter and my husband was able to, make a relationship, a bond. And then shortly after, at 9 months, he was snatched from her. That's where you see that drawing I made where she's jumping at the several inch thick glass, but she's looking like crazy because she usually jumps and ends up in his arms. Which she just wrote the most beautifulest poem this morning. I told y'all we were working on a children's book called Daddy Daughter Dance. So it is so beautiful. I can't wait till we're done and able to release that. But basically the gist, it's poetry form though. I love that she did that. I thought she was going to write a children's book, but you can do poetry through children's book. And it's just saying how she just wanted to, nothing more than to go to the daddy-daughter dance with her father. All of her friends were going. This is a true story. And she wanted to go, but she was like, I'm the only child that doesn't have a father. And I was like, no, you're not. And she was like, yes, it is, because all my other friends, they have stepfathers, they have this, they have that, but I'm the only one without a father. And I had to explain to her that you do have a father. It's just due to these circumstances, your father is in prison. But because he was able to get Marcello a bond, they were able to form that bond that first year. And since then, she's only known her father being behind bars. But those that can afford legal representation a lot of times won't get railroaded through that system as well. So those are reasons you could, which I'm sure there's way more because the legal system's not cut and dry. But I'm sure there's way more reasons. But those are some reasons of why you can have short time. But the whole point is, with that short time, they should be rehabilitating you through classes and getting you prepared to come back to society. Why? And this is why we all should care about criminal justice reform, because they're going to return back to our communities. And you know how people complain about, they're coming out of prison, recommitting crimes. And this, a lot of times the reason they're recommitting crimes is because they have no alternatives to going back to, if you haven't been rehabilitated, you're going to do what you've been doing. And then if you get out, you don't have no resources, no money, no job, no car, what else are you going to do? So it's our best interest to make sure that the people getting out of prison are rehabilitated. That way they're not coming back to our society and committing crimes against us. Could be your loved one. Could be, have you heard how many times a person got a slap on the wrist for something and then they committed a worse, heinous crime because of it? They got out and they committed a very worse crime, like sometimes just shortly after getting out. That's why we should be pushing for rehabilitation. We actually, within the group, do have people that are victims of the people, and they still want those people to be rehabilitated because they would hate for them to get out and do what they did to them again. But see, we look through things through a narrow-minded view, and we don't look at the full picture. We don't see how, honestly, we're all connected. My life depends on you, and your life depends on me. We're connected, but they like us to believe that we're all fragmented segments that have no way, like we in no way affect each other. We affect each other. So the better your life is, in the end, the better my life is. The better my life is, the better your life is. Taking fathers and incarcerating them leads to a whole bunch of people in a generation with no fathers. No fathers ends up usually the father is usually that disciplinarian, lacking discipline. I know my father was the disciplinarian. Like, I used to think he was so mean. Now I understand he had to prepare us. But I was like, dang, I can't even laugh. He be about to whoop us. But that was because but you didn't have to whoop me all the time. He didn't whoop us all the time like that. Only when necessary. But when it was necessary, it was necessary. But for me, I learned my lessons quick. You whoop me 1 or 2 times, that's it. I ain't even finna think about doing it. But my father being in my life is a reason why I have never been in trouble in my life. I've never went to jail. I've never had anything, like never been in trouble with the law. I don't break the law in no type of way. I'm a law-abiding citizen. That deserves their rights, but a lot of times we still don't get our rights. I've had my rights violated being a law-abiding citizen. Isn't that funny? But yeah, we should care about it. But we tend to think that we're above those that are in this system. Just because I would never do nothing like that. And I'm saying this because, baby, this is exactly how I felt before Marcello got into this situation. And to be honest with you, when this first happened, I was like, Marcello, you are lying. There is no way. They do not arrest you for nothing. There's no way. You had to have done the same judgment people pass on me when I explained my husband's story. I felt the same way. But it wasn't until I sat through the trial with him, because I would go to the little meetings with the public defender, but the public defender was never working on the case. Never working on the case. There was one instance I remember him working on a case where he was just telling Marcello to lie about an issue. Because Marcello was saying he cannot drive a stick shift, and his public defender was saying that wouldn't be in your best interest. You need to tell them you can. You just chose not to. And we're like, but that's lying, And he's like, well, that's what you're going to have to do. So he's advising him basically to lie on the stand. But that didn't help Marcello anyway. They still convicted him. But you get the gist of it. Anyways, I think I'm going to stop here. My hands are starting to cramp up. I got the carpal tunnel. My hands are starting to get that numb feeling, irritating feeling. And I got a headache due to, I believe it's my neck. I have all these issues. Y'all know I am the legally blind artist, but I'm also disabled in other ways. My neck, my back, my neck and my back. I had to throw that in there. Or my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Y'all already know. Anyways, guys, I'm about to go. I'm gonna get my shower and probably go outside and walk until my cousin, his girlfriend, is gonna try to save my TikTok. If not, I guess I have to restart again. I'm so used to starting over in life anyway. So, I mean, this is a hard blow, but that's how my life seems to go. Anyways, thank you for being with me. Thank you for joining me for drawing Miss Shantia Deja. This is part 1 of me drawing her project, Reach the World. It's also for one of her little she has a contest going on to eat lunch with her or whatever. So I'm not sure that I would win the contest, but I'm just going to enter it because I love Shantia Deja. She is very inspirational, and a lot of times her messages get me through whatever I am going through. All right, guys, it's your girl Cadillac.